Hello, this is Chills, and today I will be telling you a really spooky story I found on Reddit. There is a good chance I will forget to keep doing this voice and slip into something even worse than it already sounds. Okay, the story is called Forgetful by TaliaBlu. The story goes like this. I'm prone to forgetting things, and when I do, usually it's quite embarrassing. I'm very forgetful, so I've gotten used to the feeling of embarrassment. My friends would often rip me for my forgetfulness, but at least they knew that much of me didn't expect me to be reliable. With that much established, I was fine with that. One of my friends wanted to give me an honest chance, though. Clarissa asked me to watch her baby girl Sam, and I was forgetful again. I tried my hardest, believe me, but she wandered out of my sight. I did eventually find her. She was struggling. I managed to fish a small toy out of her throat. My friend looked very angry at me, but I couldn't stop smiling. I was proud of myself for accepting living up to a sort of responsibility. Nobody ever trusted me with something like that before. Another one of my friends, Marianne, asked me to watch her darling boy Joseph. He was a quiet little thing who tended to read all alone in his room and wanted to be negligent again. That's what one of my other friends called it. So I went over to his room and read the book with him to make sure nothing bad happened to him. Halfway through his book, I smelled smoke, so I picked him up and set ablaze. So, oh, excuse me. Halfway through his big book, I smelled smoke, so I picked him up and hurried out the window with him, making it down to the ground safely. Marianne's house had been set ablaze, and the fire department was nearby. As Marianne read me for dirt, I overheard one of the firemen remarking about how close the fire started to Joseph's room. My stomach turned. If I weren't there, things could have been much worse. Now, before I get to the rest of this story, I must ask you to subscribe to my channel for more spooky readings like this. Okay. And now, the conclusion of the story. Angelica, Jelly as she called herself, was my babysitting request. Her mother's name was Julia. She was very busy that day. She asked me to come babysit her daughter, so of course I did. I was happy to have saved 2 lives by this point. Jelly liked to run around while listening to loud poppy music on her phone. I wasn't really one for pop music, but I could see the appeal. I asked her to come downstairs because I prepared for fruit pops. But when she ran towards the stairs, she had suddenly slipped, taking us to tumble down the stairs. The first thing I did was call 911. Since the operator was on the phone with me, I could follow directions to the letter. Kelly had broken a leg and a rib, but she was always going to be okay. What I didn't understand is why all my friends seemed so upset with me. Was it really because I pointed out how slippery Jelly's shoe soles were? The police had asked, so I was honest with them. But they all just seemed at me, all saying the same thing. Why weren't you forgetful this time, Cassie? Wow, what a very spooky story. Thank you for listening.